What's going on, everybody? Let's take a look at the Nitro Deck Plus, which was sent in by Cracked over here to the channel so I could take a look at it. This is the clear black edition, which I think is really slick looking with that metallic-y purple thumbsticks. Really cool. But yeah, this is their newest iteration. This is going to have more features, better features, and it's supposed to be more comfortable. So that's what's piqued my interest for sure, is that it's more comfortable while I'm using it in handheld mode. Like many of you, I don't like playing my Nintendo Switch when in handheld mode without a grip, without some sort of something to make it more ergonomic, because holding just those Joy-Cons and the tablet itself is not very comfortable. So let's go ahead and open up this box here and see what's going on. As you can see, there's a QR code, so you can scan in your device, get started there, download the app, and you can actually add it to their app, and you can make some adjustments. You can add it to your collection if you want to. Nitro Deck does have like 3 or 4 different products now, but this is their newest Nitro Deck, the Nitro Deck Plus. What you get in the box here is the docking cable, so you can use this with the Nitro Deck, plug it into the back of the Nitro Deck, and then into your monitor and or TV via HDMI. But keep in mind, guys, you're going to have to use it as with the power supply that comes with your Nintendo Switch. So make sure to use a Nintendo branded power supply. Can't say that enough, guys, because you don't want anything to go wrong, right? You don't want anything to be overpowered or underpowered and screw up your Nintendo Switch. So make sure you use that Nintendo branded. Let's go ahead and put this stuff aside. We don't need this anymore, and go ahead and take a look at what we're here for, and that is the Nitro Deck Plus. Now, this comes in a little pouch here, which the other one, I believe, did not. I think with the original, you could get a case for it, or you could just buy it by itself. So anyways, here is the Nitro Deck Plus. This is a clear black, like I was saying. This thing looks slick. It reminds me a lot of a Steam Deck. You got your ABXY down below that right thumbstick now, and then the left side, you get the same layout, but you get little sidekick buttons on the side. So everything is pretty much the same as far as the button layout, except for those new sidekick buttons and obviously the thumbstick being on the right. On the back here, you got your input and your outputs. Your input's going to be for your power. Your output's going to be for use it as a wired controller and or docking it now, which I think is really cool. I love that. You got your 4 bumpers in the back there. Sorry about the unfocused camera there. You got your 4 back bumpers there. You got not a redesigned kickstand, but I think a better quality kickstand in my opinion, and a new eject on the back. And then there's also a program button, which if you want to shut off those back buttons, hold down that program button until it vibrates. It'll shut off those 4 back buttons. But let's go ahead and attach my Nintendo Switch OLED to it, which you can use an original Nintendo Switch. You don't have to use an OLED. It'll fit with both models. So your OLED or your original Switch, it'll fit right in here. Let's go ahead and drop it. Oh, and keep in mind, guys, go to your settings and turn on wired connection controller. You're going to want that on. If you have any questions about it, leave it down in the comments below. We'll go through it over. But yeah, this new design, this new Nitro Deck Plus is designed to play games, for like first-person shooters, your Fortnites and things like that, Doom. This is a better layout for that, because the original, the thumbstick was down below, and being that I have large hands, it was really uncomfortable. I did not like using that thumbstick down below. Actually sending 2 Nitro Decks back to them after I was done doing videos on them. And I wasn't very happy with it, but it was fun to use for platformers. I did like it for platformers, and I really like the quality and the build of the Nitro Deck. But let's go ahead and take a look at it next to a Steam Deck, which the Nitro Deck is inspired by, right? The Steam Deck, yes, is like 1.5 inches or 1 inch larger than the Nitro Deck Plus. But as you can see here, the layout on the Steam Deck is you're looking at a horizontal layout. Those thumbsticks, the D-pad, and the buttons are horizontally lined up, which I think is really comfortable, but it's large. It's a big boy, and I get where they're kind of going for. They're kind of going for more of a compact feel. But to be honest with you, the Steam Deck is really comfortable. But this is what it's all about, guys, is playing your games with that right thumbstick. I was kind of messing with the ABXY to see how I feel it, your thumb, how it drops down, because it's a vertical layout. So you got to keep that in mind. It might cramp your hands. And, to be honest with you, I was already kind of being like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this. It feels a little, yeah, it feels like it, the other one did in a way. But how much time am I going to be spending on those 4 buttons down below on, say, like a first-person shooter, right? They're more for, you know, like your platformers and stuff, where you're going to be using most buttons and not a right thumbstick. So, you know, it really doesn't feel all that bad. It definitely feels like an upgrade from the original, which I like. And I think, you know, I'm going to keep this one. I think I'm going to keep it because I love the design of it. The clear black looks so slick. I think clear plastic is so cool. But it just looks more like a premium product, especially with that metallic-y purple thumbsticks. But the layout of that right side isn't all that bad. But you know where I want to test it? Because, you know, you think I'd want to test it on first-person shooter, but I actually want to test it on a platformer because I play a lot of platformers. I love retro games. So how's my thumb going to feel playing a platform? Let's check it out. All right, guys, so I got Super Mario Bros. Wonder loaded up. And I don't know if you can really see it in this footage all that well because I kind of zoomed it a little bit so you can see the gameplay. But as you can see, my right hand is kind of off to the side a little bit more than I'd like it. Now, I do have large hands, so maybe someone who has smaller hands, this might be really comfortable for. But it took a little bit getting used to. I was kind of cramped a little bit feeling, you know, when I was using the ABXY. But it's not too bad. It's not as bad, like I said, as the original Nitro Deck. And being that these are just inputs and not like where you're rotating your thumb and that kind of thing, maybe it won't be as bad, and it's maybe something I can get used to. But it feels pretty good. Let's go over and jump over to Star Wars Hunters, which is a game that I'm actually really enjoying lately. And I know it kind of got okay reviews, but this is kind of a fun game, especially being that it's free. I like it. So just a quick overview of everything that's new to the Nitro Deck Plus is obviously the joystick layout. You get better rumble features, which you can adjust now. And I actually like the rumble in it now compared to the original Nitro Deck. It's not as aggressive. Also, the output for the docking system, which is really neat. You know, this new color. There's also another clear color. But everything else is pretty much the same. Swappable thumbsticks, you know. The layout of the D-pad. The D-pad's exactly the same. You know, pretty much everything's the same. And then eject button, too. That eject button is new because it does pop up your Switch a little better so you don't feel like you're pulling it out. But, yeah, I mean, is it worth it? I don't know. And first impressions are that, yeah, my thumb is a little bit tight. See, it feels kind of like a Joy-Con in a way, but not as bad, being that the thumbstick's up top. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm kind of mixed feelings about the Nitro Deck Plus. Like I said, I think it's going to be good for shooters, especially like, you know, Star Wars Hunters or Doom or, you know, like Metroid Prime Remastered, shooters like that. It's, you know, Fortnite. It's going to be just fine. But as you can see, it's just got that vertical layout. It's something that hindered the last Nitro Deck. So if I were to say, you know, first impressions is they're really close. Because, I mean, what would be the harm in putting those buttons next to the thumbstick like a Steam Deck? And yes, it would make the controller a little bit larger, but I think that would be really nice and really comfortable. So, you know, maybe if Crack listens to my video and watches it, which they probably won't, you know, hopefully they do, but, you know, maybe take that in consideration. Since this is inspired by a Steam Deck, maybe having that sort of layout would be really nice to have like a Steam Deck layout, if they can do something like that. I don't know if they can or not. And yes, it will make it a little bit bigger, but maybe that'll be cool. Maybe that'll be really fun to use it that way and a lot more comfortable. So anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. And if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down, because I like the feedback. I like to know if I'm doing a good job or a poor job. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.